I would get on Chatango on the SQPN Connect and tell everybody to come over here, but I can't for some reason this morning on this browser. Maybe if I open up another, well, forget it. It's all right. I got it on my iPad. All right. So, hello, everyone. If you're just finishing watching Father Roderick and his two great shows, welcome to Catholic Weekend. We'll be starting here momentarily. We're waiting for Maria to restart her computer. She was having some technical issues. And that's all I have to say about that. Is this thing on? No? Okay.
I knew
you guys are so funny. really are funny. Thank you.
There's my sign. Wait, I'll have to.
It's too close. Okay, turn on the H2. Thank you. That's why she's been so quiet. She's been doing her art.
Drawing.
Maria, hurry up.
Maria, how do you solve a problem like Maria?
So I pulled out my old suitcase because I was going on vacation last week, and I turned it upside down, and a euro coin fell out of it. That's probably been in there for 2.5 years. I didn't even know it was stuck in the lining somewhere.
Like a euro dollar?
Yep.
Cool.
A euro.
Euro.
Not a dollar.
It probably went up in value since then, huh?
Yeah, I probably got it for $1.25, and it's probably $1.35 now. So it's gone up a whole 10 cents.
Hello, everybody in the chat room. Good morning, Mike, Father Daryl, Marika. Tom, is Tom still there? He said he had to run. Maybe he'll be back. There's Lynn. Of course, you're all hearing this about 30 to 45 seconds after I'm saying it. Okay, good. So looks like we have the usual suspects in the chat room. Let me play some audio just to make sure it works and you can hear it.
This is SQPN, the StarQuest Production Network, leading the way.
Yes?
Yep.
Okay. Am I too loud, too soft?
You're always too loud.
I knew I was going to get that. I so much enjoy coming and having this conversation with my friends, with quotes, on Saturday mornings, especially Angela. I can tell she has a lot of love for me.
You know it.
She didn't talk to me that way.
Huh?
She didn't talk to me that way.
I know, because she loves you. Turn on the H2. Well, guess what? Here, let me show you. See the red?
There it is.
It's on.
It's blinking, though. Why is it blinking?
It's not blinking. Blink your head.
You have enough room on the card?
Yes, that's also a good thing to check. Thank you, Stephen. 3 hours and 50 seconds remaining.
Oh,
that should do it.
I just keep this little sign with my microphone. Just flash it every week.
And flash it during the show. Do you still have the H2 on? Are we still recording? Idiot. Well, Maria, what did you do? Like turn the electricity off in her house? We're waiting for Maria. Let's see.
Did anyone watch the Emmys or the... What was the other thing that was on? Oh,
the...
I think it was the MTV VMAs.
Nope.
Yeah, the VMAs, and they were the same night, I think, weren't they?
Oh, were they?
I don't know. Maybe they weren't. I don't know.
I don't like those shows. They're so insane.
The Emmys are so I think the one I like watching are the Tonys and the Oscars because it seems like it's just more entertaining. They have
Classy.
and they have more like things that are performances during the show. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't understand why they have to feel, why they have to put a comedian as the MC, that they have to make it funny.
Because the part of it is the entertainment value of,
I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
I
would
don't
you
really
rather
enjoy them that much. Although I'm glad that Breaking Bad won so many awards because I think Bryan Cranston's pretty classy.
Yeah. Good show. You're kind of on the volume on you, Steve, is a little bit on the soft side. If you can bump
That's
it
the
up.
way it always is.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I mean, I don't really have any way to turn it up, I don't think. I think it's up all the way.
Okay.
I can speak louder if you like.
That's all right.
Project.
I'll just turn the knob up and down on my mixer, like I normally do, as I normally do. So Sarah's not going to join us this morning because she's having some domestic problems.
Domestic problem.
What? She had to fire her maid?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it on the show. We can't, reveal everything, of course, because some of it's very private, but we will discuss why Sarah is not on the show this morning. Not that she doesn't have anything better to do and have better friends than us. I'm not saying that.
I'm not going to make fun of her since she's not on the show. It's not fair.
Well,
Oh, no,
then you can sit back and relax while the rest of us, do.
All right. Is this working now?
Sounds
Tap
like it.
the microphone. Yeah, I guess it is.
So I just sound like crap? Okay.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I guess that's just your voice. Sorry. How far are you from the mic?
I can do this if you want. How's that?
Well, that's a little too close.
Like,
Nightclub style.
how's that? Huh? Better?
Hey, it's too bad that you don't have like a mixer and some other gadgets
Listen,
that you can connect. And,
You need to come over and show me how to do that.
I know.
I have to. It has too many things to be plugged in. I had a rim shot for that one.
Boom. Batteries not included.
Oh.
Okay. That has to do with some other issue, not the one that we were just talking about. Okay. So before I get into any more trouble, I think it's time to start the show.
Please.
So, you guys ready? The 30th of August, and it's 2:37, right?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is SQPN, the StarQuest Production Network, leading the way.
You're listening to Catholic Weekend, episode number 237 for the week ending Saturday, August 30th, 2014. Good morning and welcome to Catholic Weekend.
I'm your captain.
I'm your captain
I'm your
in Roswell, Georgia, and joining me today from Conyers, Georgia, Maria Johnson.
Hello, 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 hello. Hey, I need to give a shout out in this introduction. Says that she likes the little salsa intro.
Who's that? I'm sorry, you were kind of fading out.
Am I fading out? Christina.
Christina?
My Twitter pal who likes that little salsa intro. So
Well, let's play it again then.
I can always listen to her.
I have a vast vocabulary of Spanish. Also joining
She's
us
not
this
saying
morning
anything. She's just making sounds.
from Oklahoma, Steve Nelson.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. No howdy this morning? Okay.
Well, I was gonna let Angel do the howdy because.
Okay. Well, speaking of Angela, from deep in the heart of Texas, the lovely Angela Cialina.
Howdy, y'all.
The stars
Thank
at
you,
night
Steve.
are big and bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
The prairie
Okay.
sky
There we go.
is
And
wide and high.
from the plains
Deep in the
of
heart.
Buckhead. Oh, nope.
Nope.
Wait. I'm just getting notified here that Sarah will not be joining us this morning because she's having technical problems with her trash can. And if you think that I'm making that up, I couldn't make that up. Honestly, that's the message we got from Sarah this morning. Apparently,
Problems.
yeah. Apparently, Sarah doesn't have a manual trash can like many of us do, like almost everybody in the world. But hers actually is somehow electronic and operates with batteries, and she can't gain access to her.
I'm sorry, what size battery is this? First of all, are we talking AA? Are we talking like enormous battery? I mean, how
Motorcycle
much
batteries.
battery power does this thing need?
She needs a generator, apparently.
What is she doing with her trash? Is she launching it like to the dumpster?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, I would just pull out another bag, but.
Yeah, right? I think you can't get the lid open, maybe.
Yeah, I think that a lot of us would just kind of go to the manual mode and carry on with our lives.
Oh,
It's got
my
one of those like
goodness.
Mr. Fusion things, that just incinerates it when she puts it in there. It goes.
No, I think she tried to incinerate something else. I think she was just having all kinds of home tech problems this morning.
What did she say? That she was just a hot mess this morning.
That's
Oh.
Hair is on fire and all that. So apparently she's going, trying to get ready for some kind of a football party. So
It's football weekend.
forget about the Catholic weekend party.
It's football weekend.
Football
That's
party.
way more important.
Hey,
Obviously.
Sarah, it's gonna be a better day. If that's the worst thing that happens today, it's gonna be a better day.
Then what?
Steve's
Thank you,
always
Joel Osteen.
I used to have this thing on my Facebook page, and it said, if you eat a live frog first thing in the morning, the day's gonna only get better.
Okay. Or you could just
Right.
have a cup of coffee and start the day right.
What are the odds?
Oh, wow. Well, so speaking of football, your team, Steve, are they playing today?
I hope so. Yes.
Okay.
Oklahoma State Cowboys are taking on the defending national champions, Florida State Seminoles.
Ooh.
Woo!
It's not going to be pretty good.
Are they at Florida State or in Stillwater?
They're playing in
Some swamp.
what do you call it? The Cowboy Stadium in Dallas, the big one.
Oh.
Jerry World. Stadium.
Cowboy Stadium or whatever they call that?
Well, it's called AT&T or something, I think.
Oh.
Anyway, that big humongous monstrosity in Dallas. They're playing there. So
I see.
it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be good for my team because they're in a rebuilding phase. They lost about 3/4 of their seniors last year, so it's going to be
In
tough.
the rebuilding phase.
Well, I think that they said the same thing about Auburn last year, and they did pretty well, actually. So you never know.
You never know.
How
Never know.
things
'Cause there was a big upset on when was that? Thursday night. Texas A&M played. Who did they play? I forgot.
Another SEC team,
Uh,
which is odd for A&M to be an SEC team. I'm just not used to that still.
I'm drawing a complete blank. But anyway, they weren't supposed to win, and they just blew them away.
Woo! They weren't supposed to win. Anything that starts with they weren't supposed to win.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I know who it was. It was the number 9 team, South Carolina. They played South Carolina. It was ranked number 9, and A&M came in like ranked 20 something, and just blew them away, beat them by.
They don't
3
have
points.
Johnny Football this year, right? So
No, but they sure talked about him an awful lot.
yeah, well, nobody can stop. They can't stop talking about.
So
Johnny
we've done that.
So,
our
Angela.
listeners are probably going, oh, they're talking about
Yeah, football. Well, I can tell Angela's ready to chime in on football. So, what do you think about
Right. I'm not really a football person.
Right. Okay, well, so
Okay.
how's everything going with you, Angela?
Pretty good. Thursday night, I went to our local Theology on Tap. That was fun. We have it once a month here in San Antonio. And it's actually held at the Blue Star Brewing Company, which is owned by a Catholic. He is an Opus Dei member. And he apparently allows the diocese to have his back party room complimentary for the event. So anyway, it was fun, and we actually had a married priest come and talk. He is an Anglican convert, and he practices the Anglican use rite, I guess, or whatever it is.
I'd like to attend one of those masses. Yeah, the Anglican use, I think.
Yeah, there's the first entire parish that came into the Catholic Church with their pastor as Anglicans is here in San Antonio. It's called Our Lady of the Atonement, and they have Anglican use there. That's their whole parish. So so that's where he is.
That's a good name for an Anglican use parish, I
Right?
think.
Atonement.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, and so he did something that I wish they did at every Theology on Tap, but they don't. Is he blessed everybody's beer?
Wow.
And
Cool.
so he used a traditional beer. I wonder how old this blessing of beer prayer is, because it's the wording just seems so old school. But
Only Catholic Drinkies garbage can didn't blow up this
I
morning.
know.
Right.
It's actually on her blog. I looked, and the blessing of beer is on CatholicDrinky.com. But I also actually took a video of Father Jeff doing this blessing last night. So if you go to my YouTube, you can check it out.
That's
And I
great.
also
And where would
post it
that
on
be?
Twitter. YouTube.com/InspiredAngela. InspiredAngela.
Excellent, excellent.
So
We'll do that. Don't do it right now, though, because you're watching this show. So don't go anywhere.
it was pretty nifty.
Excellent.
Yeah. That's
So,
what's up.
so how is the beer? What's your favorite beer, Angela? Do you drink beer?
I drink beer, but I don't know anything about it.
You
Basically.
don't need to know anything about it. Just have to like it. Right? Maria,
Sure.
what have you been up to this week?
Well, the second week of the semester, the first full week of the semester, so it was lots of fires needed putting out, but it was a good week. I have an ear infection that seems to not want to go away, so I'm only listening to half of the show in one ear.
Well, probably
But
the
I
better
don't know
half.
if I'm talking because I can't hear myself even. So am I loud enough even?
You're fine.
Can anybody?
Y'all just shut up. What?
No, you're fine.
What?
You're fine.
What?
I
I
can't hear
hate-
Maria. Anybody hear?
I
her?
had a lot of ear infections growing up, and I hate them.
Oh, it's weird. Well, this time it looks to be a fungus. There's a fungus among us.
Mhm.
So it's a fungal ear infection. So I have
Drops or
Swimmer's
something?
ear. Yeah, I have all kinds of weird things.
Hmm.
Acetic acid drops in my ear. Wah! It burns.
No, take a tube of Neosporin and just squeeze
I
about
just
half of it.
squeeze it in.
That sounds like a great idea.
That's a good idea. Try it.
Apple cider vinegar drops in the ear. No.
Hey, what about those cones that you light on fire? You know, those paper. You know what I'm talking about?
I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, try that. And
Yeah,
let us know
okay.
how that works out.
Sure, I'll come on. I'll do it on the air so that my hair can all go up in blaze.
I like that idea.
That's for cleaning out your ears, not for infections.
Tell her that. I'm going to come over after the show, Maria. We'll have the
And set
video.
my head on fire.
It'll be the highlight. It'll be my pick of the week next week.
Thanks a lot.
Uh,
On video.
did you sleep at a Holiday Inn Express last night? Is that why you're suddenly a doctor?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, come on. You just have to go to school like another year or two, and then you're a doctor.
And then you're
What's
a
so hard
doctor.
about that?
Yeah, right.
Steve, how was your week?
It was fantastic. I went on vacation.
Yay!
Where did you go?
I went to northern New Mexico, one of my favorite places to go, and I drove and drove and drove and watched the mountains and looked at the wildlife and went hiking and ate all kinds of great New Mexican food full of green chiles. Oh, I love it.
You were alone in the car, though, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Thank goodness. Any
Chile. Not
Any-
frijoles.
no beans?
But I
Did you see any tumbleweeds?
any what?
Tumbleweeds?
I did not.
Tumbleweeds.
Oh, wait, did I? Might have actually out in the western part of Oklahoma. I might have. But I tell you,
Well, you know,
I've never seen an oil boom before, but there's one out in western Oklahoma. I have never seen
really?
so many wells being drilled and trucks, and those people out there have been so depressed, economically for the last 50 years, and it's kind of nice to see all the activity. Whether or not you like the oil industry or not, but it's nice to see the people prospering out there.
that is good.
Didn't you
Every time
say? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Angela.
I was just going to say, didn't you say before the show that you saw some wildlife?
I did. Well, I saw a variety of wildlife. I saw deer and antelope and
Don't talk about Jeff.
pronghorn antelope, or are they elk? I don't remember. And chipmunks and squirrels, and I saw porcupine,
Ooh.
but the buffalo.
Mm.
But the biggest surprise was I was having dinner with some friends that live out in Cimarron, New Mexico, which is where the Philmont Scout Ranch is. And we were just sitting there. We just finished dinner, and we're getting ready to watch football, and a bear runs across their front yard. And their kids were outside riding bikes. And suddenly it was like, it was like red alert, like But the bear was just trucking through. He wasn't interested in anything going on. But
Taking a shortcut.
yeah, it was like, oh, there's a bear.
The interesting thing about that was the bear was on a unicycle.
He was
Sorry,
pretty
this is-
though. Pretty
You
spellbound.
hear things like that about wildlife, and I guess people who live around areas like that, they don't react to it. When we lived in Miami, we lived about a block from a canal, and we had an alligator literally walking across the sidewalk in our front yard. And my neighbor calls me and he goes, "Where are the kids?" And I said, "They're watching TV." And he goes, "Oh, okay, because there's a gator in your front yard." And he wasn't very disturbed by it, other than the fact that, okay, the kids are safe. Okay, there's a gator in the yard.
A 10-foot long gator in your yard.
Mhm.
Well, it's like
Just
anything,
not
I
make you
suppose.
aware.
As long if you know how to, what to expect from them and how to deal with them, I guess it's not that scary. But I was pretty impressed by seeing a bear.
How big was he?
Well, it wasn't a huge one. How about the size of a big trash can?
Wow.
You know?
Mm.
I don't know, maybe.
Brown or black?
It was a black bear, but he had this kind of cinnamon marking on his back. It was really pretty.
Hmm.
It smelled bad though. Whew.
Wow, you got out there to look at it and smell it?
Yeah, well, apparently they're all pretty rank. I don't know why, but
They
well,
take
I don't know why,
baths
but
or anything.
I'm only going based on what the people are telling me.
Based on personal experience.
Well, that's like
Now, a lot of us haven't been close enough to a bear to smell them. So.
like a skunk. You can smell a skunk a long way off. Well, apparently, you can smell a bear a long way off. Not probably as bad as a skunk, but what do I know? It's the first bear I've seen in the wild.
I love your vocabulary though. It's pretty rank. I feel like you should play air guitar now or something. I don't know.
Hey,
Rank is a good
well,
word. I like it.
It is a good word.
Yeah.
Smelly.
Smelly. He smelled like poo.
Pesta mucho.
Oh boy. Hey, did you all see that news report that claims that the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, ISIS, is targeting Pope Francis?
Oh,
I didn't
No,
know.
but
everybody
aren't they
join the
targeting
party.
these days?
Everybody else has.
Yeah, well, the report stated that Francis is being targeted because he's the greatest exponent of the Christian religions and the bearer of false truth. And then, of course, Father Federico Lombardi, a Vatican spokesman, told Catholic News Agency there is no particular concern in the Vatican. This news has no foundation. So he basically said, no, he's not.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
whatever.
There
Move
was
on.
a report going on around Facebook last night about that ISIS is in Juarez organizing an attack against the U.S. coming up on September 11th or now.
Oh, I
now
saw
about-
something that there was a guy in Chicago who threatened the police with a bomb, and he had like an ISIS flag on his car or something. So
Yeah, you can get bumper stickers, too. I got one on my car.
Hmm.
Just kidding.
bad
What?
joke, Jeff.
Bad joke.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, enough about
That was
ISIS
rank.
and terrorism and beheadings and everything else. Let's move on to something more positive. Did you see how a Catholic church in a D.C., District of Columbus parish near the baseball stadium is attracting more mass attendance?
Oh, with the Nat masses.
Nats Mass.
Yeah.
St. Vincent de Paul Catholic Church, located near the baseball stadium. Basically, they're using this hashtag, using social media to try to attract people to, hey, before you head to the game, we're right next to the stadium. Why don't you just pop in and, get some good sacramental stuff before you head over and get the hot dogs and beer.
Is that what they're tweeting? Get some good sacramental stuff?
Yes,
I'm just
SS.
picturing some guy in the stands like, bread of life, get your bread of life.
Oh, no.
Well, I didn't go that far. You did. But anyway, I thought that's pretty cool. So they said that attendance is up like 500% or something like that. And they said that since they've started doing this, the Nationals are 6-1. 6 wins against 1 loss.
Okay, there's no connection. However,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I think that on the one hand, it would be nice if everyone went to Mass intentionally because that's what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess on the other hand, any way you can get them into the pew, maybe they'll discover a reason to want to return. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's all right.
Yeah, I think it's the same sort of concept behind inviting someone to church, just on a one-to-one basis. You're just doing this on a wider scale.
Exactly.
So.
I think it's a great idea myself. But speaking of social media, did you have any good or bad experiences with social media this week, let's say, Maria Johnson?
Marie, I'm not even going to rant. I told you I wanted to rant about social media, but I don't even think it's a rant so much as just, there are some people that I follow on Twitter that just need to not tweet what they tweet.
Okay, well, just stop following me then if you don't want to read it.
I mean, I'm not talking about the occasional, inappropriate tweet or anything like that. Good heavens, that would put me out of commission as well. But I think that what I mean is these people who all this person in particular tweets is negativity and like really negative personal things about relationships with family and things like that. And,
I would stop following them.
Yeah, well, I kind of don't want to.
Yeah. Look at Steve. He's just laughing still.
Why is he laughing?
I don't know.
He's frozen in that
He's
position.
frozen in laughter. Somebody get a snap of that. Oh, Steve.
There you go, I did it. But yeah, it's almost like I want to minister to this person and say, listen, if you start to tweet, just first of all, don't trash your family in the manner in which you do that. But number two, I mean, what are you gaining from this? You're not cool. You're not Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton can do things like that because you know what? He's Will Wheaton. But you have a job, person, and people can see what you're doing. You know, it just irritates me. And you're right. I should unfollow, but like I said, there are some reasons that I don't want to. This person isn't particularly close to me or anything like that. In fact, you know, we've met, but that's about it. But the thing is that it's just such a negative blah all the time. Blah.
Yeah. I guess there are some clients that I'm not sure if you can use the original Twitter client to do this, but I know that there's some out there that you can actually follow a person, but you can mute them, so you just don't see it show
Oh
up.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean I use I use TweetDeck on one machine and Hootsuite on another machine.
okay.
Go figure that because of things that I'm doing at work. But yeah, every once in a while when I have the open feed, I just see it and I'm like, really, seriously? You know, it's almost like, and I think that we're all guilty of it when we first start using some kind of new social media thing. You know, we don't know what the parameters are. We really don't quite get how to do it. And so you think, oh, this is this open forum to spew. And some people do. And you know, but who you hang out with and what's your, you know, the inner voice and this outer voice that's always being communicated on Twitter is just, it's just so negative. You know, turn it around. Tweet something good. You know, there was some months ago, I think somebody was talking about, maybe it was even Pat was talking about tithing your tweets, where instead of doing all the other ridiculous things that you're constantly doing, remember that every 10th tweet you should tithe and say something good. Maybe
I
even.
say make 9 out of 10 good ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, it's not much of it. You know, I don't know. I'm just disgusted.
Well, you know, I went out to California this week to visit my mom, and I got the opportunity to sit back in the economy section of an airplane, and I had the opportunity to kind of mingle with all the passengers and all the lines and all the places in the airports and everything else. And let me just tell you, there are a lot of unhappy people out there.
Yeah. They really
And
are.
I don't. And there, when in the leaving Los Angeles, I wasn't in uniform, so I couldn't go through the known crew member thing. I had to go through. At least they let us go through TSA pre-check. Do you use that, Maria, when you travel? Or
And I know Sarah just enrolled in it as well. I travel with some other things. Yeah.
So going through TSA pre is pretty nice because you don't have to take anything out of your bag. You don't have to take out your cosmetics or
You don't have to take your shoes off.
You don't have to, you don't have to do anything like that. And so I'm behind this guy. Clearly, he's an airline pilot because he has a uniform on, but he's got a regular sport coat over it. But I can tell that those are uniform pants and uniform shoes, etc. I don't think he flies for my airline, but some airline. And so he just has this really irritated look on his face, and like he's just disgusted with everybody that's working at TSA. You know, he just showed up, but he's disgusted with everybody there. And so he's taking his coat off, and he doesn't really need to do that, his jacket. And he's about to put it in this gray bin. And again, you don't have to do that in TSA pre. And so one of the TSA officers says to him, "Sir, you don't use that bin." And he kind of turns around and just starts snapping at her, saying, "I gotta put my coat or jacket here." And she said, "Sir, don't use that bin because it's got dog poop on it." On the rim,
I love it.
on the rim of that thing, there was a big glob of dog poop.
I love it. I hope he put his jacket on it.
So he almost did. And so instead of like turning around and saying, "Oh, thank you," he just kind of turns around, doesn't say a thing to the person that just warned him about the dog poop, kind of throws the bin off to the side, and then puts his stuff through, shoves his stuff through. And I'm thinking, I came this close after I got on the other side. I wanted to say, "Why are you so angry?"
Yeah. What's up?
I should have, but I just kind of chickened out. I'm thinking, well, I don't want the guy to blow up on me. But life is too short to be so angry about everything. And I noticed that a lot of the crew members that I fly with, when we have to go through regular security, they just immediately they put this defensive, aggressive kind of, like they just despise everybody that has anything to do with the TSA. And of course, these people working there have nothing to do with it. Of course, they're just trying to be as nice as they can in most cases. But I don't know. I just and on the airplane, people, shuffling their bags around to try to get their bag in the overhead bin and everything, and people complaining because they're touching their personal property, and I'm thinking, come on, are we a bunch of gardeners here? Are we a bunch of 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds? I was disgusted this last trip. I was not happy with humanity. In fact, I kept saying to myself, "Oh, the humanity." Oh, the humanity.
I like the people that are on the other end of that spectrum, where they just seem to exude happiness wherever they go.
Oh, that's like me.
And they can, yes, like you. And they could say the right word to somebody just to turn a situation around. It's like, I wish I was like that.
You're not like that?
I just want to be happy. I want everybody around me to be happy because I'm I don't know if you call it empathetic, maybe. But I pick up the mood of the people around me.
No, pathetic.
Maybe pathetic, yeah. So if I find myself around people that are upset or sad or whatever, it makes me sad. So I want to walk away. Because I'm not that person who, I absorb the emotions around me. I don't project them like some people, and I kind of wish I was. Be happy.
Be happy. God.
So like some people.
I want people to walk around being happy, but I just don't want to listen. And I guess if you're a gloomy Gus, go ahead and be gloomy. But it's the ugliness that I don't like it.
Well, the self-entitlement is what I really don't like. Because I worked retail for a while, and you almost always run into the people that come in and they just start demanding things because they're the customer and you have to do whatever they say, and that's really trying. And I try to respect people that are working retail, especially like food service people, because they can be invisible, They just come and give you your food and things like that. So I always try to at least interact with them a little bit, as make sure they know that I know they're human.
Good heavens, make eye contact, right?
Yeah.
And ask them how they're doing. I mean, sometimes they're just taken aback when you say, "Hey, how you doing?" And they go, "What? What did you? You just asked me how I'm doing?"
Well, a lot of them will come up, especially in food service, and they'll say, "Hi, my name is Mary, and I'm going to be your server today." And I'll try to quip something back. I was like, "Oh, I'm Steve. I'm going to be your eater today," or something.
Oh, what a jerk! What she's going back. You would not believe this guy out there, the guy in the red shirt.
What he just said. Why can't those customers just sit down and eat their food and leave?
Well, I don't live in Chicago. I had that reaction in Chicago one time. Like, why are you talking to me? You're just slowing me down. And I was like,
are you kidding me?
I am not in the South.
Well, in New York, they would say, "Go yourself."
Don't razz on those people. Although the truth is that at work, for example, I can't just go take a document to like the registrar and say, please enter this for me. I have to go and inquire first for about 5 minutes. Hey, how you doing? How's your mom and them?
That's part of the culture in our part of the country.
It is.
You don't just go up and start talking to somebody. You have to have an introduction.
That's right.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, I used to commute to Boston for one of my former jobs, and I got criticized for that. It's like, why are you always talking to people? We got work to do, and I was just like. That's the way my mother taught me, and that's the way I'm going to do it.
It's called.
If I don't get a promotion, that's fine with me.
It's called civilization, and getting along with people. Huh. Well.
So that reminds me of when I was in California for my vacation, and I just noticed that I think we were like. It was something silly, like we were in line at Costco to get gas or something in the car. and and there were all these people honking, and I was like, why is everybody honking? And my parents-in-law were just, like, oh well. It was almost like it was, I don't know, more natural of a phenomenon, but I'm not used to cars honking at each other, really. And I don't know, it's kind of like that Southern hospitality thing, like I maybe it's just here. I don't know if it's everywhere in the South, but I remember going to Boston and it was the same thing. I was just like, gosh, everybody's honking at each other. What's the big deal?
They all have bumper stickers that say "honk if you love Jesus."
Yeah, that's it. 'Cause all those people out there love Jesus.
That's right.
That's why. Now, New York is another good example of that. I mean, gosh,
Hey.
you can't get away from the horns there.
I was at the UPS store yesterday shipping something to my daughter, and I was standing at the counter, and there was a couple next to me, and they were returning something or getting a claim on something, and they had brought the original box in, and the attendant, the clerk says, "Oh, we don't need that box," and the guy, I guess maybe the husband, looked at the box and he says, "Oh, this is perfect for a little kitten." Now he said this out loud to me. So I looked over and smiled at them and said, "Isn't it cute how cats love to sit in boxes?" And the woman turned around and gave me the dirtiest look, like, "What are you doing?" And then she turned around and then exchanged another look with the man, like, "Can you imagine this woman's audacity inserting herself into our conversation?" And
This
I
is
was
a private.
I was so taken aback. I was like, "What?" And my expression must have been, like the meme WT, because at least the guy had the grace to look embarrassed at the woman's outburst. But man, I was embarrassed after that. I was like, "Okay, just ring me up so I can get out of here."
Wow.
Weird. Okay, so see, this is why I didn't want to rant about social media anger that I have, because it's made us all a bunch of complainers. Let's move
Bringing
on.
us down. Bringing us down.
Let's move on.
Let's let Adam Marchand,
There we go.
excuse me, Alan Marchand, bring us back up with Llewellyn's Leap.
My favorite.
We're just gonna dance
That's right.
with
We're
our
just
heads.
for the next 30 minutes, we're just going to listen
Yep.
to this, right?
So if you need to go get some coffee or, use a bathroom break, this is a great time. No, this is the time where we thank everyone for supporting the StarQuest Production Network, SQPN.com. Head over there and you too can help with the new evangelization by becoming a friend of SQPN. And if you want to help us out by giving some of the money used to purchase an item on Amazon. Boy, I said that really well, didn't I? Not. If you shop on Amazon, please consider going to sqpn.com first, clicking on the Amazon link or banner, and then your purchase or a portion of your purchase will be provided or given to the StarQuest Production Network. And finally, if you're in the market for web hosting, we can tell you a good one, Bluehost. Bluehost.com, again, look for that banner on the sqpn.com website, and that'll really help us out as well. Not to mention the fact that it's a great service. Many SQPNers use Bluehost for their personal hosting, and it gives you a lot of different options, one-click installation of WordPress blogs, etc. It's a good hosting company, and Steve can vouch for that. I believe he uses Bluehost, and I think Father Roderick uses Bluehost for his personal blog as well. So check it out.
I do use Bluehost.
So does
And what can
Sarah,
you
I
say
think.
about that? Oh, Sarah does too. That's right. Sarah.
Babs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember her.
I-
All right. Well,
I support 3 or 4 blogs on my one Bluehost account, and it's awesome. I've not had any major problems at all.
awesome. Unlimited hosting, unlimited bandwidth, storage, and everything else. So, and you've never had a hiccup. That's good.
Not one that I didn't cause myself.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Not Bluehost's fault.
There's always
Full
that.
disclosure.
Okay. So anyway, great place to start out if you want your own WordPress blog, or you want to sell something on the web, whatever. Having that control really is nice. So, and it's very affordable as well.
Yeah, and they offer a lot of things besides WordPress. I mean, there's lots of other things you can do out there. You
Yeah,
just have to
lots
go-
of content management systems. They have special ones tailored just for selling merchandise. They have all
I
kinds
run
of.
my own personal email through there so that I don't have to use Gmail all the time.
Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah, you have a whole theory about that.
Well, yeah, we can talk about that some other time.
So is that something you have to pay for extra to have an email hosted by them as well, or is that part of the hosting
I had to pay
plan?
extra to get the domain name I wanted, but no.
Yeah, that's natural.
Right.
They don't give those out for free.
Right.
But so monthly hosting also includes hosting one email account as well.
Yeah, I don't remember how many you can have total, but you can set up a number of them based on their domain name.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, it's always a good idea. A lot of people say, well, why do I have to have my own domain? And it's nice because you can kind of have control and ownership of your email address. And then if you decide to use a different provider, you can always go over to or switch it to another provider, but your email address always stays the same. So a lot of advantages to doing that.
Right. And I think there's professional reasons for having an email address that isn't gmail.com. I think it's a little more professional if it's something else, that's more related to what your work is or something.
Right.
Boy, we got off track on that.
Well, we certainly did. It's become the Catholic Weekend Tech Show. Tech Talk with Steve Wilson.
Let's turn it around. I have a question for you guys. Can you see my mug? It's a little Prince mug.
Okay, yeah.
And so I usually use an SQPN mug on Saturdays, but this is the one I was using this morning. Have you seen the meme on Facebook where they're tagging you for your 10 favorite books or 10 most impactful books?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, well, I'll tag you in that later. Essentially, it just asks you to quickly think of 10 books that have impacted you. And don't think it too much because, just think about it. And the first, I looked at my mug, the first book that I put on my list is The Little Prince. So, I don't know. You
Yeah,
guys have
actually,
favorite books?
Billy Kangas tagged me in that, I think it was months ago, and I put a blog up on my blog with my books. But one book that just off the top of my head just comes to mind is when I think it was my first communion. My parents gave me this picture book of saints, and I would just eat that thing up. It was I couldn't get enough of that book, and
Really?
I think it really helped me to make a personal connection with the saints and just really aspire to be like them. So that's definitely one of my books.
Neat.
Well, that's a perfect lead into the Saints of the Week. Lynn Francisco, Maria Lynn Francisco, provided another listing of saints starting with today. Yeah, today. St. Margaret Ward. Wait a minute. Wasn't that last week's? Yeah, it was at the end of last week's. That's why I remember because she's my organist. Remember the saint. And let's see, September 1st, Our Lady of Montevergine. Help me out, somebody. Hello.
You're on your own, buddy.
No clue.
Okay. Let's see, September 2nd, Saint Agricola of Avignon. So I should have somebody else read these. September 3rd, Pope St. Gregory the Great. Okay, everybody look at the Google Doc.
That's
Help
a
me.
good
September,
More entertaining. Go ahead.
and then September 4th, let's see, Saint.
It's like Swedish Chef is doing the same.
Maybe a little less Irish in your coffee next time.
Saint Hermione and Saint Mac.
Saint Mac.
Yeah, not Saint Mac Baron, but Saint Mac Nissy. Really? Look at your dock, and you'll see them.
I'm not looking at anything.
Okay.
John and I were sitting outside having coffee, and I said to him, yesterday was St. John the Baptist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said to my husband, I said, "Oh, hey, honey, were you named for John the Baptist or John the Evangelist?" He didn't miss a beat. He looked up and he goes, "I was named after my father and my grandfather." True.
Oh boy. Okay, September 5th, Blessed Mother Teresa of Calcutta. And I thought she was a saint.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet?
She is
Okay,
another miracle.
Ah, okay. So
So
Blessed
is she
Mother
blessed
Teresa.
or blessed?
Excuse me, blessed, both. And finally, the best one, September 6th, next Saturday. We should have a big party. It's Saint Bago.
No, it's not.
That's in November.
No, I'm sorry, Saint Bega. I'm sorry, it was a misspelling. Saint Bega. Have you ever heard of it?
This is a sad excuse for a Saint cast, a Saint cast
Segment?
stand-in.
Where is Paul?
Well, Saint Bega is also known as Bee or Beg, and she
Great.
born to Irish royalty, so it's a real person. So.
All the saints are real people, except for the angels.
Well, I don't know. You know, Lynn kind of thought maybe she'd make some of these things up.
You need to just move on. September 8th, our latest
Okay,
birthday.
we're over. That's it.
We're done.
This is probably the last installment of the Saints of the week.
Where's the bong? The what?
I need to find
The
the
Bong
gong.
Show? You never remember the Bong Show?
Not the
I got the wrong idea.
That'll have to do until I find the
Like,
gong.
how did we go from saints to substances?
Oh, well, there you have it. Sister Ann Flanagan posted.
All right, there's your train wreck.
Only Father Kyle were here.
Yeah, I don't have.
Whoa. Whoa.
That was pretty close. Okay, well, then it must be time for this.
End it.
Yes. Ah. Who would like to start?
The only piece of class in the whole episode.
Piece of what?
There we go.
I guess I'll start.
Oh,
Okay.
please.
My first pick of the week is I want to give a shout out to the Cherokee Nation. Here in
Yay,
Oklahoma.
Cherokee Nation!
Yeah, they're celebrating they have their annual national holiday on Labor Day weekend every year, and this year they're commemorating the 175th anniversary of the end of the Trail of Tears that brought them to Oklahoma. So, but they have a whole week long of activities with, excuse me, all kinds of traditional food and traditional games and parades and all kinds of stuff, and it's a great time for the Cherokee Nation. And anyway, so I shout out to them.
Oh, that's awesome.
My pick of the week is what they call the Enchanted Circle, and it's this area of northern New Mexico where I like to visit. And it's the area from Taos, Red River, up to Cimarron, Eagle Nest. Anyway, it's the sort of the ski region, northern ski region of New Mexico. But I like to go there in the summer because it's really, really pretty. And if you like hiking and just nature and the great outdoors away from a lot of people, because it's never very crowded up there this time of year, it's a great place to go and relax. So that's my shout out. Go to northern New Mexico and help those people out with their tourism industry. You won't regret it because the food is awesome.
Well, my pick of the week is the Enchanted Triangle. Just kidding.
Wait a minute, I just heard that, I think.
Shout out to my parents. It's their wedding anniversary. Yay! Happy anniversary. My actual pick of the week is not Enchanted. It is video.
Disenchanted.
Anyway, it's a video of another ice bucket challenge, but this one is three brothers, religious brothers of the beloved disciple, who are a religious congregation that live at my parish here in San Antonio. And so it's these three young guys from the from the house, and the whole community got challenged to do the ice bucket challenge, but it was, of course, they asked the young guys to do it for them. So it's pretty hilarious because one of them is one of my best friends from college, Brother Sean, and he used to live in Alaska, so apparently ice bucket challenge is like no big deal. But the other two are like super Hispanic from the South, and their reaction is pretty priceless. And they also used holy water in their ice buckets, which I thought was pretty neat.
Oh, really cool. Yeah.
So,
Top
go
that.
check that out.
Stop it.
Check it out.
All right. Can I go? Do I go now? My turn?
Took away our native tongue.
You know, you're like 5 minutes too late with that.
Your
Okay.
English
I don't know what just happened.
I know.
You're like, really, you're a mess.
Thank you. Your turn, Maria.
Steve
My
is
turn.
not amused as usual.
I don't even know what this is going to say about
I was
that.
supporting
Yeah,
his pick.
You're just terrible. Appropriately, my pick of the week is the Among Women podcast, episode 182, which is called The Power of Forgiveness.
Very appropriate right now.
Yes.
Steve, you should watch it. Listen to
It's
it.
great.
Please forgive me.
It's an excellent episode on forgiveness, and I think my big takeaway from it is that in the conversation that Pat was having with her guest, the big point came out that forgiveness is a will. It's not something that you feel. It's something that you will. And so it's a great episode. Check it out. Number 182, The Power of Forgiveness.
Yeah, I
That's
guess
it.
what you're.
Nothing to joke about. It was actually a totally
No,
serious.
I'm thinking, like that's important. I think. Excuse me, I'm getting all choked up.
Naturally.
So, like, if you want to forgive somebody, I guess you're kind of expecting that you're going to all of a sudden feel this feeling of relief and peace, and you may not, right? So,
Right.
I guess you need to listen to the show. I need to listen to this.
Yeah, listen to the show. But there's things like, for example, one of the in the course of the conversation, one of the points that they raised was that when someone says they're sorry, you don't say it's okay, because it's not okay if they've hurt you, but say I forgive you. So that's it really was just excellent food for thought. And I don't want to keep taking away the little takeaways from it, because then you won't listen to it. But it's certainly worth a 45-minute time that you set aside to listen to it. And you can listen to the podcast in pieces, because she usually does 3 segments. So the conversation segment is the one on the forgiveness part of it that's really excellent.
Among Women,
Among
episode 182.
182.
I think that's what you said.
Mhm.
All right, and my pick of the week is a website that you can go to and sign up for novenas. I'm not sure if I've used this one before or not, but just started a novena today for the novena for marriage and family, and the website is praymorenovenas.com, and there again you can click to join them in prayer, and every day in your email inbox you'll get a reminder and what the novena is for that day to pray, and that way we can pray together as a church. And this is the novena the 9 days before the Feast of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary. which is a week from Monday. So
Yeah, I subscribe to that. I'm so glad that you mentioned it, John Paul and Annie. I think they're listeners too.
oh, good.
Yeah, but I love it. I just finished the novena to St. Monica and started the one about the family. You get it in your email, so it's like, oh, yeah, I can.
It's right there. It's so
It's
easy.
so easy.
I really need that because I can't honestly say if I've ever actually completed a whole novena. I always seem to forget at some point.
Exactly. And that's what's so nice about this is that you get the reminder in your email like, oh, that's right, I got to pray the novena today. Well, I don't have to, but I want to.
Well, yeah, and I just read it right through the email, just like I would read any other email, so it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? What was that again? Pray more novenas.
PrayMoreNovenas.com. And here, let me pull up one. We actually got kind of some feedback on our website from Jack, and he said, and I need to bring everybody's attention to this comment. Jeff made a good pick of the week with Shave Secret. I actually went out and got some, and it works great. Again, Shave Secret. Find it at your favorite shave store near you.
I think you can also buy it through Amazon.com.
Yes, you can. I get mine at Walmart.
That's right, Steve.
Oh, that's right. Use the SQPN link, and we'll probably get about 3 or 4 cents from that sale. It all adds up.
We need to do like a Ronco commercial. Popeel.
The Nice-O-Matic.
So I'd like to thank Jack. I'd like to thank Jack for number 1 watching, number 2 listening to what I had to say, and number 3 actually taking the time to make a comment on the website. I do appreciate that.
I always do 2 of those 3.
Yeah. Well, you have to. Nobody's forcing Jack to do any of this stuff. So Jack, we love you, man. Thank you.
Love you, Jack. Yay! Applause.
Yeah,
Hello.
wherever the applause button is, I don't know where it is. Okay.
Whatever, here.
So it's that
Wait
time.
5 minutes and you'll play something inappropriate in response to it.
We're coming right up to noon, and a couple of our guest hosts need to leave. So let's quickly go through and talk about our digital presence. Angela, we'll start with you.
Well, I have a physical presence, and
We're not concerned about that. We're concerned about your
physical presence. Not so sure if I'm present, but I know there's stuff out there with my name on it. Yeah, inspiredangela.wordpress.com is my blog, and the Twitter is inspiredangela as well as Facebook. There you go.
Wow, that's a long Twitter
Wow.
ID. Okay, Maria, thank you.
What? Follow me on Twitter.
Okay, follow
And
me.
maybe I'll follow you back if you don't annoy me.
Okay, and how do we do that? How could we follow?
At Bego, B-E-G-O. I pretty much am ignoring Facebook these days, but actually I'm not, but I don't know, whatever. And you can read my musings and weirdness over at my blog at bagojohnson.com. Another cup of coffee.
I'm looking at your lower third, and it says Maria Johnson, and then at Bago, full of, and something that starts with an S.
Yeah.
What is that?
Secrets.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah, full
that
of
makes more
secrets.
sense. Full of
You're
secrets.
lucky you're
Ay,
on the other side of the city.
And Steve,
Yes.
how may we find more about you and your blogs, your writings, your how to follow you, and all that kind of stuff?
Everythingesteban.com. That's the best place. And there's links there to all the other stuff if you're really interested, but that's where to go. And
Okay.
I've got some really, what I think are some really nice pictures from New Mexico I'm going to post there today, and hopefully get things rolling over there again.
Do you think you could invent some kind of challenge from these pictures? It's kind
Perhaps.
of like working it backwards.
Yes.
Instead of putting up the theme, you can develop a theme from them.
I will try. I will give that some thought.
Do it.
Excellent.
I thought of you this week. Do you ever see the YouTube channel Tipsy Bartender?
No.
What?
That made you think of me?
Because
Drunk history is when I think of Steve.
He took a bag. He took a bag of gummy bears and dumped a vodka into them, and the gummy bear absorb the vodka. So he said adult treats. I think I'm going to try it.
I think you already have this morning.
Gummy bears.
I like the gummy bears.
Nobody appreciates that movie quite.
I do.
All right. Well, that ends this week's episode of Catholic Weekend. Thanks for joining us, and you can find out more about the show by heading over to catholicweekend.sqpn.com. Watch past episodes if you want to put yourself through it, and that's about it. So wishing everybody a great Catholic weekend. Take care.
And a nice, safe Labor Day.
Yeah. Don't labor too much. Take a day off. Enjoy life. Take care, and God bless.
So is the H2 on?
Oh yeah, I need to turn that on.
Who forgot the pre-flight checklist?
Look at Steve's lower third, or he doesn't have it up now, but he
I
turn on the
crashed.
H2.
What did it say?
Turn on the H2.
Oh, I love it.
Again, assuming that I read those things.
Well, evidently I'm full of secrets.
Full of something.
I am, John.
Full of spit and vinegar.
That's it. Actually, I'm full of vinegar.
So, well, I hope that we ended the show in time for both you, Angela, and Steve to get on with whatever you're needing to go do.
It'll work.
Thank you.
I have to go look at another place to live in
Aw.
Stillwater. So
All right.
I've got my eye on a really nice place, but this is another thing that came open, and I'm going to go take a look at it.
All right. Well, good luck with that. Does it have internet?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm having some doubts about this place I really like. If there seems to be some confusion about its official address, because I can't forward my mail to the one they gave me, because the post office goes, we don't know what this is.
What?
And I tried to set up the
This doesn't
utilities,
exist.
and and they go, we don't have that address, and it's like, okay. This is
Figment of your imagination.
well, I know I'm gonna like sign the lease and everything, and I'm gonna go and they'll have moved it or something, like.
It's really that shack over there on the corner.
Where's my house?
I was like, I'm not signing the lease until I know this address is the right address.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, so
Does
that's
it-
why I'm looking
does-
at this other one as a backup. It's like
Does the one that you're looking at with the address issue, does it have wheels?
no,
Okay.
it's a duplex. It's brand new. See, it's brand new, never lived in, which is I think the problem.
That's why.
Is they just finished building it like 2 weeks ago, and so it's not on everybody's list of official addresses, I guess. I don't even know how that happens. How does that happen? If you build a house, how do you get the address registered with?
I don't know.
You got a city hall.
Yeah, but it should be the owner's responsibility, not the renter's responsibility.
Not the renters. That is true.
Why do something
So-
when somebody else can do it for you?
There you go.
Yeah, well, apparently I get to, yeah. And if you've ever lived in a brand new place, there's going to be all kinds of issues. It's like, this toilet doesn't flush.
Oh, you wanted a toilet.
It's got 2 of them.
That's going to be extra.
Did you see all those pictures of the Olympics in Russia?
Oh, yeah.
With the walls and toilets in random places.
Yeah. And the thing is, all that stuff's abandoned now.
Is it
Those
really?
those
They
wacky
don't-
Russians.
They didn't
Well,
finish a
a
lot
good
of it.
strong wind will blow it all down anyway.
Yeah. And then everybody left. And they don't have any use for it anymore. The Olympics is I appreciate the
what it is.
games, but the things that it causes to happen, just doesn't seem like it's worth it sometimes. They should just build one place and have it there every time.
Yeah.
Every year.
See.
Of course, who's going to decide who gets it?
Mhm.
Angela, what was that an impression of?
Like an old timey dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Movies.
Thought I recognized that old timey dude.
Yeah,
James
she.
Cagney.
You gotta have like a
Ah.
like a
See, that's
something
the
in
way
her
it
mouth.
You dig? No, he wouldn't say dig.
Yeah. Cagney?
Yeah, okay. James Cagney.
That's a
All right. Well, let's shut this thing down. Thank you,
Yes,
everybody in the
please.
chat room, for joining us today.
I wonder if
And
they've caught up with us yet. I think they're still probably like 20 minutes behind or something.
oh, really? That far?
Oh no, they're
Yeah.
talking about the post office, so they're not that far behind.
Are they talking about the post office?
Yeah.
Oh. I get so confused I don't follow the chat. That's probably just as well.
All righty. Well, take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Happy Labor Day.